Hello, it's 3 a.m. and I'm kind of bored. I'm tired of sitting at my computer, so I think I'm gonna start a new croc painting project. I've got some classic Crocs in bone, and I kind of want to do like a beaded moccasin type motif design on top of them. So I found a pair of moccasins that are pretty cool, and I'm going to reference those. I will insert an image of them right here so you can see it. So we're going to use that as the our example, I guess, as our reference. So one thing I'm going to try differently with these that I didn't do with the all-terrain lined ones is I'm going to sand the surface of these Crocs with I'm going to start with I got 1,000 grit sponge. We'll do that and see if it scores the surface a little bit. I have a feeling that when these Crocs are formed, there's probably like a skin that forms on the very outside of it, and is very water repellent. So maybe if we can kind of take that skin off, then these Posca markers might be able to soak in a little bit, or at least adhere to this foam material without that surface skin layer on it. I don't know. It's worth a try. Alright, here's the bone. So we'll try this 1,000 grit sponge first. Alright, that's all cleaned up. It does have a little different feel to the surface now. I'll do a little sketching just for the main areas, because it's just like a strip, and then it goes like this, and then there's some triangles on it, so I can freehand the triangles. I'll give myself guidance for the main strip. So we use a very soft lead pencil for putting your guidelines in. I'm using a 6B. I'm gonna wrap it up for day 1 on these. I think they're turning out pretty good. This navy, I don't know how this navy's gonna do with the croslite. It's already starting to kind of flake off. So, I don't know. I might have to try something different, try a different color, at least for this bottom strap. I think the navy will be a little bit better up top here, but something about having all these bumps and stuff, it's just not allowing it to adhere properly. It doesn't help that I'm scratching at it, but just something I noticed already, but everything else is looking pretty good. I'm digging it. There was, I'm not sure, there's a lot more detail that goes in the center strip, but it's already got the gibbet holes, which kind of, I mean, you can't ignore the gibbet holes. That becomes part of the visual. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add a whole lot more up top here, because it's already really busy just with what I added, and then the gibbet holes on top of it. But I don't know, I'd like to do some more geometry around the sides here. So we'll see what this navy's doing in the next couple days. I gotta work tomorrow. Yeah, see, that just came right off. The navy's no bueno. Navy no bueno. Alright, day 2, we're gonna work some more on these, I don't know what to call them. They're like a moccasin inspired Croc design. I gotta clean this up a little more and add some more detail. I'm not really happy with its current stage, but it's not horrible. It just needs some more work. So we'll see if I can salvage it. If not, then I'm pretty confident I could scrub this Posca marker off with some soap and water and a scrubby pad. So I can always try something different. This down here, this navy isn't adhering very well on these bumps. It's been sitting for 2 days, so it might have set a little bit better, but you can see how much it's peeling down there. I don't know if it's because of all the bumps that it's not allowing the paint to like adhere in that area. You know, it's not essentially laying flat when you have all these little mountains to cover, but it might just be this particular navy paint too, and its properties. I'm sure there's some fluctuation just with the different pigments and their ingredients. So like some are more opaque than others, so they're not all the same basically. So the navy might just have a harder time adhering to the croslite material, the croslite foam. So whatever, we're learning as we go. One thing I did pick up that should be here within the next week or so is I ordered some adhesion assistance. It is used for auto painting on plastics. So I'm hoping that might help. If I can spray these Crocs with that stuff, it's supposedly clear, and then that might create a better surface for this Posca marker to adhere to, and it won't flake off as much as it is right now. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll we'll give that a shot in the next one. Whenever that comes, I'll share that product and incorporate it into the process. So all right, enough yapping. On to day 2 of working on these. So I might have to take some creative liberties with this design too, as I think part of the aesthetics with the other one was the beadwork and the detail that just in the inlaid beads created, which I can't really achieve with markers. So I'll try my best to replicate that aesthetic, but I might have to take some creative liberties where the markers fall short and add some other things. So we'll see. Hopefully just the gibbet holes helps make up for that. But it's New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year's to everybody. One thing I'm bummed about is a lot of the detail work on the moccasins that I'm copying these from, or was inspired from, have a lot of the detail work like on this strip of it, on this bottom toe part, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do just based on how this This navy's working or not working on that area. I don't want to go in and put a bunch of detail and have it all flake off, so we might have to just leave that blocked in for now and try to make this look better up here. And then once I get that adhesive assistant, this is just flaking off. Once I get that adhesive assistant, we can try to do more elaborate stuff down on this particular, like, I don't know what they call it, this bump strip, the rumble strip. I'm tempted to just scrape this with a thing. This is sticking up here pretty well, but that's making me sad. Let me see if I can clean this off, this rumble strip. I'll be right back. Alright, we just hit it with the green scrubby and just some cold water. And I think it is just the navy, because the light blue stayed on pretty good, the red stayed on really good. So I think the less opaque the Posca marker, the better it will adhere to the croslite material, because that navy was really opaque. But the light blue stayed on really well, the red stayed on really well, and even down in the rumble strip areas, the light blue stayed on better. Like, it kind of survived the scrubby pad. So maybe we just carry this light blue all the way down across the rumble strip. We'll try that, and then I'll have to substitute that navy with a different color. Maybe we will go with black, even though I don't want to. I might try to see if I can find a violet or a purple that might work too, or maybe even a gray, I'm not sure. But we'll experiment with a different color for our darker value. So I'll keep these painting videos numbered, so that way if anybody wishes to follow the succession of them, and how the process evolves and develops, that way they can keep track of which video came before the next. I was just thinking about that as I was cleaning these. Since it's an evolutionary process, it's not just the same thing every time. You know, I'm learning as I go. So by keeping these videos numbered, that way people can follow the process of the things evolving, or the evolution of the process, rather. Alright, so we will try the black. We'll experiment with it. My fear is just that it's going to be that same consistency as the navy, with it being that dark. I don't know if there's a certain compound that they're putting in there for the darker values, or the opacity to make it cakey like that. So I'm hoping that the black doesn't have that same issue, but we won't know until we try. These are already looking better with the black, and I redid the red. I went back with just a regular red instead of this this ruby red, and this other red is a finer tip too. It's the 0.9-1.3 millimeter, and this is actually a lot easier to do any sort of intricate work. So I recommend getting some of these finer tip ones if you're going to do more intricate, like detail-oriented designs. So, but this black seems to be adhering pretty well. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with the black coming off. And I'm happy with how well this blue is adhering to. I wonder if me sanding this top surface is helping the pigment kind of embed itself into the croslite. So I'll go back over with the blue, add some another layer or two, and then figure out what I'm going to do down here. There's a lot of little detail work I'd like to incorporate down here if I know it's going to stay. So we'll get going on that. This is already looking better though. I'm happy with it moving forward. Alright, I took a minute and came back to these, and this black is going to be troublesome. It seems to have that same property as the navy. It just wants to like flake off. So I don't know, I'll let it set longer. Maybe I haven't given it enough time. But I might have to substitute this. Yeah, see, it's too cakey. Seems like the more transparent Posca markers are better for the croslite. So we'll let it set. I don't want to muddy everything up. Let it sit for a little longer, and I might have to scrub the black off, and we could try like a purple or a violet or something, or maybe just a darker blue. Not the navy. I've got another dark blue I can try. These are just blue. We can try that. So learning as we go. But this blue is good. This red is good. So we just got to find a decent darker value that isn't so cakey. So I don't know. We'll see. Back to it. Couple minutes till midnight. We'll see how much gunfire we can capture on the camera. Oh, Happy New Year. There's the gunfire. color just adhered on the bumps. That's kind of cool. So it wasn't a complete failure painting the, what I call it, the rumble strip. It's kind of a cool effect. It might be more noticeable if that wasn't already kind of stained. There might be more of a contrast, or like on a blacker or a darker base color to do something like a lighter tone on that pointillism effect. It might pop out a little more. We'll try that on a different pair in the future. Pretty sweet. Alright, I think these are done. I don't know what else I want to do to it. I think I'm going to leave them as is. I think they turned out alright. I don't know how much they communicate a moccasin, but it's something different. I might do one or two more moccasin inspired Croc designs. I've got a wheat colored one that I want to do, and then I got that pistachio one. Excuse me. So we'll do a couple more along these lines, but with different color schemes, and it'll be different design on the top and stuff. So this one turned out alright. It's definitely different. It's not too bad. I don't know what else to do to it. So we'll just leave it and edit this and upload it and see how it does. It's alright. I think it'll look pretty good. Alright, cheers. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below on your thoughts about this one. If you think it turned out pretty good, or if you think it's kind of lacking in terms of the aesthetics. Don't worry, I won't be hurt. Many more of these to come. So, cheers. Thanks, guys. We'll see ya. So looking back at the moccasins that I used for the design reference, I think these actually turned out okay. You know, style and personal aesthetics is a very objective thing, so some people I think will like these a lot, and some people might not think so much highly of them. I think they turned out alright. I'm okay with them. At first I wasn't quite sure, but then like I said, after looking at the moccasin again that I designed these off of, I think they turned out okay. It's kind of a hybrid design between the Croc and the mock. So they're not too bad. I think they turned out alright. I still like the initial ones better. That's really flaking off though. I'm gonna have to repaint these. But these aren't too bad for the second attempt. Learned a little more doing this one, so hopefully the third attempt will be even better. Definitely the finer tipped Posca markers are good for doing more detail oriented stuff, so I recommend getting some of those finer tipped ones. And it's nice to have the mid-sized tip too for the blocking end, so I guess you kind of want a variety of tips on your Poscas to be able to do different things. Thanks again for watching.